Hello, I'm David Archer. This is the first episode of my new channel, Working, Learning, Playing. So what the purpose of this channel is, I've had some ideas and I probably need some help to implement them. But one thing that I've noticed with this new COVID thing, right, with people working from home, there are a lot less people on the road, or at least especially at the beginning. The traffic was less, the pollution was less. I gotta imagine that the released carbon in the atmosphere was less. And it's got me to thinking, we're doing this work thing all wrong. We should be, to the extent possible, we should all be working from home all the time. If you imagine how much carbon is put out just in the commute every day. You have to drive to and from work every day if you're on that type of commute, or ride a bus or train or whatever. But if your commute is get out of bed and go into the next room, you're not using much carbon other than what you need to keep you alive, right? And hopefully we're not going to be cutting carbon emissions by killing people. So, yeah, I think there needs to be that. Also, I think we're educating people wrong. Well, not entirely so. I mean, there's still a place for university. What I'm thinking is that we seem to lack a coherent way to keep people trained and educated over their whole life. You know, this whole idea, you go to college and you're done, is just absurd. We need to have basically continuous education, if nothing else, to keep up with the latest in technology and the latest discoveries in science and things like that. I mean, it could help out most industries, especially engineering companies. Finally, I think the other thing that you can benefit with what I'm thinking about is you could have more opportunity to be social and play games with people when you can't be there physically, which I think is a good thing. I mean, it would be fun to, I don't know, play bridge with a friend in Seattle, or play some sort of board game with somebody in Las Vegas or Denver or wherever else. I mean, you still want to get with people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should all be hermits, but I think there's a lot we could do to stay home and not, basically not pollute so much, not to expend so much money. The other thing I think about the working part of that is, when you're working from home, maybe you can create virtual companies that come into existence and leave their existence, or you could work for maybe multiple companies, or you could start one and work for somebody else. I mean, why not? I know there's going to be resistance to stuff like that because contracts will be there, and so that's probably not going to happen. But it'd be kind of nice if you could work for more places. Basically, everybody being an independent contractor, but yeah, that would be good. So my idea is to create some sort of infrastructure where you could do all these things: working, learning, and playing from the comfort of your home, and just save the travel until for times you actually really want to be with people, or if there's, I mean, most meetings in business could probably be done this way. Now, what I'm thinking of will be something a little bit more than we have now. I mean, I like Zoom, and Zoom's great, but we need something a little bit better, I think, or we need to do something that would work with Zoom better. So what I'm going to talk about in this channel is, what the ideas around this idea that I have that I want to try. So I want to get other people on board who might be interested in supporting this thing in some way, whether they can write code or, provide artwork or help with planning or whatever else. So I'm kind of looking for that. I can't pay anybody anything yet. I'm just getting started. So, although I might pay for a few things here and there, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just getting started, so I haven't got any funding yet. So here's the first part of this will be, people will have these appliances in their home, and each one will have basically a web server on it. It would host its own thing, and there would be basically a server that this thing would log into that would control how other people interact with other people's servers. I am working on getting basically a small server to sort of prototype this idea. Hopefully we can get, I will talk more about this in the future episodes of this. And so what I'm looking for people who actually want to work on this, because of my day job, it has to be restricted to U.S. citizens. And I would really like somebody in the LA area, someone in the Seattle area, and maybe somebody in the Las Vegas area. If you're all interested, we'll have to figure that out, how to meet and get going. But I wouldn't get on board yet. Just wait till hear more of what I have, my idea, which I will be putting together over the next several episodes. Also, because a lot of what I am thinking about doing, education's a big part of it. So in the meantime, I'm also going to post here and other channels courses on various topics that will eventually be part of the overall thing when it's further along the road. And even if it doesn't get off the ground, at least then I'll still have these courses that might be of use to some people. For this channel, my other channel, Physics for Blondes, the plan is to put together a number of technical courses in physics, mathematics, some computer classes, computational physics, things like that. That's just the thing that I'm in. Maybe a little bit on other things. And also, I hope to improve what I have for doing this as time goes on. This is, even though I have a green screen behind me, and I'm using a bunch of tools to try to do this. I'm just barely gotten off the ground with this. I did have a YouTube channel before. This is going to be something different, and hopefully it'll bring some interest to some people, and I can get this thing off the ground. All right, next time I'll probably talk a little bit more detail what I have in mind. All right, thanks. Bye.